Welcome in. Ravens Rundown by Chat Sports. Tyler Jones here. Thanks for joining us. Training camp just around the corner. So we will, on today's show, look at three players that the Ravens should consider signing that they have the money to do so before camp begins to kind of tighten up that roster. We heard John Harbaugh say that they believe this team is good, but that it wouldn't hurt them to pick up another piece or two to get to where they fully want to go. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started at the corner position with Bryce Callahan. And Bryce Callahan, I'm surprised, is still sitting around in free agency at this point in time. We know that he's a talented football player. He's had a good career with the stops that he's made along the way, most recently with the LA Chargers, before that the Denver Broncos. And you look at the Ravens where they're at with their secondary, and you have some good pieces, but there's a lack of depth when it comes to the corner and the safety spots of other bodies involved, especially if there's an injury of some sort. So what about Bryce Callahan potentially? Here's what The Athletic had to say in regards to Bryce Callahan and the idea of bringing him to Baltimore. It wasn't long ago when Callahan was considered one of the better slot cornerbacks in football. He's 31 now and has had some injury-marred seasons. Yet last year, for the Los Angeles Chargers, Callahan had 47 tackles, 6 pass breakups, and 3 interceptions in 15 games. If the Ravens are looking to add a veteran corner, and they should be, they could do a lot worse than Callahan. He allowed Marlon Humphrey to remain outside and give Baltimore some insurance if it's young corners. So with that, let's show you the numbers here on Callahan of what he's done. You can see last year with the Chargers, he's coming off the best season that he's had in quite a while with those 3 interceptions that we mentioned, 6 pass breakups, 2 tackles for loss, 47 tackles. Sure, he's 31, but he found the fountain of youth of some sorts last year in Los Angeles with a nice rebound to his career. And I think that you would be getting more of that same player. And with the other players that we see on this Ravens defense, I think it could be an opportunity for Bryce Callahan to excel, to shine of some sorts, with there not necessarily being so much pressure on him, comparatively speaking, if he were to go to another defense with the other playmakers that are there. So Bryce Callahan, I like the idea. What do you guys think? This is our pinned comment today. Tell me if you like the idea of signing Bryce Callahan or not. Still a few more names to get to, but want to start with Bryce Callahan first. Weigh in the comment section. Type Y for yes, in for no, if the Ravens should sign Bryce Callahan or not. Tell me what you think. Y for yes, in for no, if the Ravens should sign Bryce Callahan. Folks, we're getting closer and closer, almost there, to 10,000 subscribers here on the Ravens Rundown. Just 62 more, and we'll reach that next milestone and join some of the best fan bases across the National Football League with 10,000 subscribers or more. So here's what I need you to do. We want to get there not tomorrow, not Wednesday. We want to get there today, okay? So I need you to get all your buddies and invite them to go ahead and subscribe to the channel and make sure their buddies subscribe as well. And here's the deal. Not only is the subscription to Ravens Rundown for free, but the more content, the more subscribers we get, the more content we can bring you here on the channel. So subscribe now, turn on notifications so you never miss a moment. Daily news and rumors, live shows from time to time, watch parties as well. This is the place to be for diehard members of the Ravens flock. Subscribe now, youtube.com/RavensTV. Number 2 on our free agent target countdown, a familiar name to Ravens fans. That would be Kenyan Drake, who is on this list. And Kenyan Drake, to me, it makes a lot of sense when you look at where the Ravens are at. I know that there are some concerns that have been voiced out there about J.K. Dobbins in the system that Todd Monken's bringing in, and with his injury history, if he is going to be the right guy to carry the load as the every down back. And Gus Edwards clearly lost a step of sorts last year, right? And so what do you do at that point? Kenyan Drake, I felt, was a good secondary option of some sorts for this Ravens rushing attack last year. And he's still sitting out there. He's still available at this point. and he's very familiar with these guys. He'd be a nice asset to this team. He's not going to cost you that much either. You're not going to be able to bring in a guy like Dalvin Cook or some of these upper echelon backs. But of that next tier, Kenyan Drake, I think, personally makes a lot of sense for the Ravens to give another go round 4. Here's more from The Athletic. Dobbins and Edwards will both enter the season with injury questions, and the Ravens could use more insurance at the position. Drake had 571 all-purpose yards and 5 touchdowns in 12 games for the Ravens last season. He was quality depth and brought a veteran presence. It shouldn't cost that much to reprise that role. Here's the numbers on Kenyan Drake last season. You can see 109 carries, over 4 yards per carry, 4 touchdowns, 482 yards. He was solid in his role there with the Baltimore Ravens, and I think you'd see similar success to what he would bring to the table once again. So what about bringing back Kenyan Drake? Weigh in the comment section. Tell me what you think. S for sign, P for pass. Should the Ravens sign Kenyan Drake or not? Tell me what you think. S for sign, P for pass. Folks, with football season just around the corner, Ravens jerseys are on sale. You can get them right now, just in time before the season begins. And whether you want to represent your favorite current player like Lamar Jackson or Mark Andrews, maybe you want to throw it back to a guy like Ray Lewis or whoever, we have plenty of different options in all different shapes and sizes, different colors, whoever you want to represent of your favorite current or past Ravens player. We got them all, and it's all in one place at chatsports.com/Ravens jersey. So, what are you waiting for? Get yours today while supplies last. It's chatsports.com/Ravens jersey, right in time for the NFL season. Chatsports.com/Ravens jersey to get yours today. Last on the list, I've been saying this for weeks on end, that the Ravens need to bring back Justin Houston. And I think when you look at this Ravens team and trying to find an edge rusher, trying to find a good pass rusher out there, it's no secret that the Ravens are likely to make one more addition to this position. But it's a matter of who, right? Is it bringing back Justin Houston? Or is it going with a guy like Jadeveon Clowney or Yannick Ngakoue or some of these others that are out there? Justin Houston, to me, makes a lot of sense for this Baltimore Ravens team. Coming off 9.5 sacks, where he led this team in sacks last year, knows this system, great teammate, great leader. All of it, I think, just works for this Baltimore Ravens team. More from The Athletic on Justin Houston. Houston has signed with the Ravens in July and August, the last 2 off seasons, and it would be no surprise if it happens again in the coming weeks. The Ravens could use a veteran edge rusher to join an outside linebacker group that includes Tyus Bowser, youngsters Odafe Owe, David Ajabo, and Robinson. Houston fit in really well in the Ravens locker room and was productive last year with 9.5 sacks in 14 games. The numbers, folks, we're not kidding you. 9.5 sacks, 7 tackles for loss, 1 forced fumble. And you can see those numbers up from what they were in 2021 as he had nearly double the sack amount. Tackles for loss up, forced fumble amount up as well. Justin Houston still playing some quality football. Father Time has not beat Justin Houston just yet. So, what about Justin Houston or Jadeveon Clowney? We've talked about both guys on this channel recently. Which one would you rather have? If you want to bring back Justin Houston, type H for Justin Houston. If you'd rather go Clowney, then type C for Jadeveon Clowney. Let me know which way you're leaning in the comment section. H for Justin Houston, C for Jadeveon Clowney, or somebody else. Chime in and tell me what you think in the comment section below. Hit me up on social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, also Threads as well at Tyler Jones Live. You can find me there, and I'll see you next time right here on Ravens Rundown.